Okay, how do you hear me?
Good.
Okay, good, I got you. Next, transponder on standby. So we've got over here, and it is on standby.
Yep.
Anti-collision lights on. Anti-collisions are already on. Taxi area looks clear in front of us. Brakes, we'll check during the taxi roll, and steering we'll check in a second. Now, the first thing we need to do is get the weather. So, we've got 118.6. At the front of this, we have our ATIS, our ground, and our tower.
Yep.
Usually in most of our planes, ATIS is usually on our COM 2, and we have ground and tower on this. This is just saying, when the databases expire, we can talk into that.
Okay.
Messing with that. Okay. Then, so we've got 118.6 in COM 2, so I'm going to reach up right here on the top and switch from COM 1 to COM 2.
Georgetown Tower, ATIS information Charlie, time 195.
Information Charlie.
Wind 0208, visibility 10, sky clear below 12,000.
Sky clear.
Temperature 9er, dew point 2, altimeter 3037.
3037.
Runway 36, VFR departures advised, ground control of departure intentions. Use caution, bird advisories in effect. Advise initial contact, you have Georgetown information Charlie.
Mason Charlie. I'm going to switch back over to ground. And now I'm going to go ahead and make my call. Like I said before, who I'm talking to, Georgetown Ground, who I am, Archer 43954, where I'm at Pilot's Choice, and what I want to do, depart to the east with information Charlie. Georgetown Ground, Archer 43954 at Pilot's Choice for east departure with Charlie.
Arch 43954 Georgetown Ground, runway. Arch 43954 Georgetown Tower, runway 36, taxi via Alpha 1, terminal ramp, Foxtrot Lima, cross runway 29 at Lima.
Alpha 1, terminal ramp, Foxtrot Lima, cross runway 29 at Lima for 954. Okay.
Times 9081 while in the pattern, squawk
now,
0611.
I'm going to go ahead and get off the brakes, and we can start taxiing. So, I'm going to let you taxi this. See how we're starting to move forward a little bit?
Yep.
So, heels on the ground and just kind of move. There you go. Now, if we ever start moving a little bit too fast, all we have to do is just basically pulse the brakes, bring your feet up a little bit, and press them both kind of like this.
All right.
That's the best way to do it. It's better than riding the brakes nonstop, so we're going to take a left right here.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need the brakes right now, just a little bit of a rudder, and you don't need to make such a tight turn. The tighter the turn you make, the harder it's going to be to keep it. And we want to keep the RPM at around 1,000. Usually around 1,000 will do you good. Sometimes you may need a little bit less. Sometimes you may need a little bit more, depending on the day. But right now, we're following this all the way to the terminal ramp. And then we've got Foxtrot, Lima, and then going to 29. Okay. And it looks like we're getting a little bit fast. Go ahead and slow down for me. Just kind of pulse the brakes, push them a little bit harder. Kind of like slow down, and then kind of start back up. Because it's not as good to ride them nonstop, because it'll squeak them, it wears them down. But if you just kind of every now and then kind of pulse them, that's better. Okay, so we're coming up on the terminal ramp right here. This is what's called, this is a non-movement area. So you don't really need permission to taxi around here, but we were given permission to, basically told to do it this way.
Okay.
So we can still follow this line. It'll just kind of swing out this way. Going to slow down for a bit.
Georgetown Ground.
And then go ahead, hard right turn.
And Juliet to the terminal.
Scout 716 Mike Whiskey, taxi terminal, Alpha Echo.
Alpha Echo, and my student's going to drop me off so he can do his initial solo. Do you want him to keep the code?
And where? That way?
Yep. We're following this.
I think we can do that.
All right, we'll keep 0626.
Now, we still want to follow the taxiway line.
Yeah,
no, you're fine. Then we've got Lima right here that we're going to be crossing.
Okay.
And he also told us to cross runway 29 at Lima, so we're good.
Alright, so we don't have to call for a check?
Nope, but we still want to check and make sure that no one's coming, just in case someone accidentally misaligned with the runway.
Okay.
Georgetown ground, experimental 6-7 Victor Romeo at the condos with Charlie West, departure, need a run up.
Experimental 6-7 Victor Romeo, Georgetown ground, runway 36, taxi via Alpha 1, ramp, Foxtrot Lima, cross runway 29er at Lima.
Okay, runway 36.
Okay, so go ahead and brake. And we're going to basically kind of line up right behind him.
Lima, cross 2.
Okay, so give me a hard right.
Victor Romeo.
And I'm going to help you out with a little bit of brakes. You don't want to get exactly behind him because you don't want to be in his prop wash.
Right.
But we also want to kind of have enough room to get fairly close in case another plane wants to move up. So go ahead and move up a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to add a little bit if you want to move forward. And that should be about good. Go ahead and stop here.
Okay.
And we can see we're well inside all the painted area out here.
Yep.
Now, we're going to go ahead and do our ground check. This is to make sure that our magnetos are working right and that everything's fine. So, what I like to do here is set the brakes. We've got the parking brake down there. So what I do, so the way the parking brake works is it locks in hydraulic pressure. So, press on your brakes, then reach down, grab that, pull it, and then lock it in place by pressing it. Pull back, and now press down the disc to lock it. And press it,
And RV 7 Victor Romeo, follow
Did I get
the
it?
assessor there in the ramp.
Okay, so you'll pull it back. Oh man, this is hard.
36.
And then basically press it down, and right now it's locked actually.
Okay.
Cross runway 29er at Lima.
So now we got the parking brake in.
Runway 36.
Now, throttle up to 2,000.
And 7-6 Victor Romeo, Wilco on the follow.
Okay. Now we're going to check the magnetos. So that's going to be the left and right magnetos over by the keys.
Okay.
So go one notch over to the left, and back to both. Good drop, good rise, and now 2 notches over. And back to both 2 notches. And good rise, good drop. Then we've got the vacuum pump, checking over here. This is showing around 5. If you remember, that goes to the attitude indicator and the heading indicator.
Yep.
We've got oil temperature, going to be over on your left.
Yep.
And it's starting to rise, so that's good. Oil pressure, over on the left still.
Yep.
Okay. Annunciator panel, that's up here, so go ahead and press that button. Then carb heat, so carb heat's going to be right there.